In this intriguing video, we unravel the mysteries behind 8 common items you have used countless times without knowing their full potential. From the unexpected utility of the blue part of an eraser to the strategic design behind the tiny pocket in your jeans, we delve into the fascinating details and purposes of these everyday objects. We'll explore why extra holes in sneakers aren't just for show, the importance of the J and F keys on your keyboard, the hidden feature of a stapler you never noticed, the life-saving reason behind the hole in pen caps, the ingenious details at the end of a tape measure, and the practical function of the tuck behind dress shirts. Join us as we uncover the thoughtful design and surprising utility of these items, shedding light on the ingenuity hidden in plain sight. Number 1. The blue part of the eraser. When this eraser model was manufactured, the blue part was initially created with the intention of erasing darker spots on thicker, rougher papers, rather than the strokes made with pens. Meanwhile, the red part of the eraser, the softer one, erases smoother scratches and stains. And when she could not remove the marks on thick papers or dark spots, the blue part did it. Over time, people started trying to erase pen marks, and when they saw that it worked, soon everyone started reproducing it. So, manufacturers took ownership of this new purpose, and the fashion caught on. Number 2. The small pocket of jeans. You know that little pocket that is sewn on top of the side pocket of your jeans? Well, everyone always believed that it was used to put coins and small objects, even condoms. And it can be used for that purpose, but it was not initially designed for that. This design was created in 1873 with the function of storing an accessory that was widely used by men in the past, the pocket watch. When they wore jeans, they left their jackets with inside pockets at home. That is why our little denim pocket was created exclusively for this function. And the rivets that are applied to the pockets, do you know what they are for? This also has a very ancient history. The first people to wear the jeans model were Italian sailors, then mine workers, miners, and farmers. With the arduous work, the weight of the seeds and tools in the pockets caused the seams to not hold and tear. To avoid this type of reinforcement in pockets was invented. Number 3. Extra holes in the sneaker. If you have ever worn a model of athletic sneakers, you have wondered what the use of that extra hole near is where we usually put the shoelaces. Well, if you thought it was just an aesthetic detail, you were wrong, because that little hole is especially useful. If you run the laces of your shoe through this space as well, it can provide even more firmness and stability in the ankle area, preventing the foot from sliding forward during a run. This tip is even more useful for those who have flat or narrow feet, as it helps prevent falls and to avoid breaking or twisting the feet and ankles. Number 4. J and F keys on your keyboard. You have not realized it yet, but if you look at your computer keyboard right now, you will notice that on the F and J keys there is a relief line below the letters. See? These lines are a guiding point of reference for people who write without looking at the keyboard. If you have ever taken typing lessons, you will know that this is known as typing touch. I will explain how it works. Place your left-hand index finger on top of the F key and your right index finger on the J key. This is a way to learn how to type quickly without having to look at the keyboard. Number 5. Detail of a stapler. The stapler is an object that we use many times and there is no secret. Just put together the papers you want to fix and that is it. Your documents will be very firm. The problem is when we try to remove this staple, the sheets are at risk of even tearing, and this can damage the document. But it is possible to solve this problem if you rotate that silver blade that sits at the base of the stapler 180 degrees. The clamp will curve outwards. Do you know what that is for? If you do not want to join the papers together, you can fix a staple that way so that you can remove them later, so it will not damage the sheets. Number 6. The small hole in the pen cap. Have you ever wondered why these pen caps have a hole in the top of the cap? I confess that I had never questioned it before. You think it is to prevent paint leaks or something, don't you? Well, this conclusion is not wrong, but these holes in the caps have an even more important and unusual function, to prevent you from suffocating. It seems strange to think that hole can do this, but calm down, I will explain it properly. The U.S. Department of Health conducted a survey, and it is estimated that about 100 people die every year from asphyxiation after swallowing pen caps, mostly young children. Can you believe it? For this reason, the Bic brand idealized this shape of the pen cap with the hole, so that it is possible for air to pass through, and this small detail already reduces the risks of a person who swallowed the cap dying of suffocation. Number 7. Details at the end of the tape measure. If you have ever used a tape measure, you may have noticed that that metal part right at the end of the tool has two details, a small hole and a serrated part that has no function there, right? But in fact, both can be especially useful. That hole is used to firm the tape on a nail, so you will have more security to measure the distance of something. On the other hand, the part with teeth helps to make a mark on the desired surface during measurements, if you do not have a pen or pencil in your hand. It is simple and practical. Number 8. Tuck behind dress shirt. You have never noticed or cared about it, but those folds that many dress shirts have on the back are not simple aesthetic details. Many years ago, they were especially useful, especially when hangers did not yet exist, and people could not afford to buy a wardrobe. These folds ensured the organization of the shirts. Do you know how? With this help, clothes could be hung on nails on the wall, so they would not get wrinkled. Today, there is still this detail on the shirts, but the function is no longer the same. Now that you know why these folds exist, who knows, they help you in an emergency. If you do not have a hanger, you already know how to store your shirts, just find a nail in the wall. Did you like to know? See you in the next video.